The only thing naked about the people we're going to discuss in this episode is their contempt for women. Am I right, fellas? Fellas? Guys? Why do I always assume I'm in a room surrounded by fellas? And why is it so important they think I'm right?
The Modesty Club. This review is a sort of sequel to Handful Review number 47, where we cover the No Cussing Club, and not just because the two clubs are similar in a bunch of ways. The Modesty Club was founded by Sage Hatch, the younger sister to the No Cussing Club's founder, McKay Hatch. Well, theoretically it was founded by her. We'll get to that later on. While the No Cussing Club is woefully naive about the achievability of its goal, the Modesty Club isn't just naive, it's a little bit sinister. As the name suggests, the Modesty Club has a vaguely defined message about people respecting themselves and others by covering up their body. I'm sorry, did I say people? I just meant women. They claim they're targeting both genders, but when Joe the narrator cleverly infiltrated the club to fetch us a copy of their standards, he found evidence contradicting that. The first four are plainly aimed at women, unless there's an epidemic of chubbier fellows showing off their man boobs I'm blessedly unaware of, while only the last standard is actually unisex. What's up with that? Plenty more questions are raised by the Modesty Club's awe-inspiring rap video, such as, if this club was founded by a Hatch sister, how come it's the younger Hatch brother, Hunter, who is the face of the organization in their video? Maybe he's just the better rapper? But then how come his sister doesn't appear or at least identify herself in the video at all? He does say that Sage started the club, but then immediately contradicts that by saying this.
Hey, my name is Hunter and my sister started this club, and it didn't come from her, it came from heaven above.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So now the Modesty Club idea comes from God, generally depicted as being a male up in the sky, and God is telling us this through a penis American, not through the young woman he theoretically channeled his novel idea that ladies ought to cover up. It's one thing to tell young women that they don't have to define themselves by their sexuality, a positive message which usually inspires them to make their own choices about how they want to value and represent themselves. It's a whole other thing entirely to tell them how they can dress, with a side order of God says so. This is something called slut-shaming, which is all about controlling women, upon which I could easily do my own review. But for now, I'll just link you to Lacey Green's excellent video on the subject, after the credits. Honestly, if the Modesty Club really cared about helping young women feel better about themselves, they might say, encourage advertisers and magazines to stop creating literally impossible physical beauty standards using Photoshop. Oh wait, teenage girls already did that for themselves. And they didn't even have to rap. And by rap, I mean speak in a stilted tone of voice that betrays both the use of cue cards and borderline illiteracy. Speaking of which, let's get back to that wiggity wiggity whack Modesty Club rap video. You see, part of what makes the No Cussing Club so funny is that they're really earnest and really lacking in self-awareness. This is of course a big part of what seems to unintentionally invite you to troll the bejesus out of them. Whereas the Modesty Club seems to be sincerely inviting you to troll the bejesus out of them. Otherwise, I really don't know how to explain this.
We have a choice and it's up to us to take a stand and get on the bus. So if you think we're alone in our cause, look around and pause.
What's with the cricket sound effects? And there's only one person on the bus who doesn't really look like she's thinking about anything to do with the Modesty Club. Plus, when you get near the end of the video, things really start to get off into like Tim and Eric awesome show good job territory.
Please respect yourself.
It's like they've realized through experiences with the No Cussing Club that most of their website traffic is going to come from people making fun of them or just plain rubbernecking at the borderline insane way they present their objectionable message. Like anybody who either doesn't have the spine to defend their arguments or who knows they're peddling bullshit, the Modesty Club have disabled comments underneath their video in much the same way I wish somebody had disabled their ability to use record scratch sound effects. So yeah, I'm giving the Modesty Club 2 naked, slutty thumbs down. It's either a weird joke, another boring attempt to slut-shame women, or a bizarre cocktail of the two. I can't say as the world really needs more of any of that. At the end of our No Cussing Club review, I must confess I took the somewhat expected route, accidentally swearing while laying studio laugh tracks underneath my embarrassed reaction. I suppose that means for the Modesty Club review, I should accidentally let my penis slip out. Just to be clear with you, it isn't YouTube's prudish online community guidelines keeping me from doing this, but in fact, a lifelong fear that were I ever to expose my penis in such a manner, it would be swiftly stolen by an opportunistic seagull. No.
You may laugh, but seagull dentata is a very serious psychological condition. Symptoms include pathological fear of breadcrumbs, fear of shitting on cars, fear of commitment to seagulls.
The Modesty Club isn't just naive, it's also a little bit sinister. Fuck. Cut. Just everything flew out of my head. Wiggity wiggity. Wiggity 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 puberty. Cut. Speaking of which, let's get back to that wiggity wiggity whack modesty rub a dub. Fuck. What the hell?
It's a
Modesty Club tug job of two slutty, naked, promiscuous, sexy, oiled up, baby bottled. What the hell? Anyways, so yeah, I have ideas about what sex is.